This video is not made for kids. This is not a kid-friendly video. There is adult language in this video, not suitable for kids. Okay? So, happy Easter, guys. I hope you have a good one and spend time with your family. And if not, I mean, just, hey, for the most part, try to go out and just have a good time. Alright, guys, so as we are looking at it here, there's gremlins and critters. Now, this video is primarily for the critters. And back in the 80s, when the gremlins came out, which would be these guys right there, when they first came out, 1984, it was freaking badass. It was awesome. How Gizmo gets wet, pops off a few other gremlins. They look like this. They grow. They turn into that. Mogwais. Later on, gremlins, right? We already know this story, and we love it to death. We love these gremlins. Okay, now, 2 years after the gremlins came out, the critters came out, okay? Now, the critters is basically aliens from another planet that crash land on planet Earth. And they try to take over, I guess. I mean, they don't go all over the world, but they go to a town. It's a spaceship. They're running away from bounty hunters. I assume they broke out of jail, got in their spaceship, went to Earth, crashed there, started to eat, expand, basically multiply. And one of them gets really, really freaking huge. About the size of a house, maybe a little bit bigger. Anyway, maybe not bigger than a house, but around that tall. I guess, 7 to 8 feet tall, something like this. Anyway, so the critters, if you have not seen it, I'm pretty sure you have. I mean, come on, it's 1986. The last one, I believe, which is Critters Attacks, came out in 2019, I believe, which was a freaking badass movie. I loved it. We're gonna get into that later. So how these guys roll, or how they travel most everywhere, is they curl up like that bug. I don't know the actual term for that bug, but everybody used to call them the roly-polies. Okay, so they get out, they stand up, they walk, whatever. Not that, not the insects, but like these guys here. For them to go somewhere else, they roll up into a little ball. They have weapons like how do you call them? Like a porcupine's quill. So little quills come out and then they shoot off. So again, it's not like it's not that weird or uncommon for nature to do that, because basically other animals, they do certain things like that. Anyway, for the most part, after they roll to wherever they wanted to go to, then they open up again, and there they are. They have their little 2 hands and 2 feet and a mouth full of teeth. Now, the thing was, back in the 80s, they never produced any toys whatsoever. No plush, no action figures, nothing. The Gremlins, however, 1984, yes, they did. They had action figures, or at least, statues. They had plush dolls. They had other plush over there. Of course, that's this one, and that one, of course, is way later. But this is one of the original 1984 figurines. Let's see if we can see the date here. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen this already in my previous Gremlins review. But if not, you can see right there, 1984, okay? Now, there's that one there, and this one here that came out around the same time, if not a little bit later, maybe months later after that movie came out. And here is the date on it. 1990. Okay. So again, Gremlins have always came out with Plush and I mean all kinds of stuff to promote their their movie line, whatever. The Critters never did that, which was really, really sad because I have always wanted to have a Critters action figure, even a figurine or something with the Critters. They never did. I remember I'm going to say 1990, 91, 92, I went to a carnival and as a prize, okay, they gave me like a little ball and it had 2 eyes on it. And I always freaking carried that with me everywhere because I was thinking, that's my critter. That's my crate. That is freaking awesome. I used to just throw it around just like this, just have it roll and pretend, it's like in the movie. And that was freaking awesome. Well, I'm going to say back in, oh man, I don't even know, back in 2008, around there, I started this project, okay? And I made the body and I made the head, or at least the face, but I never finished it. And I was like, okay, well, I was going through some of my older boxes and I found this particular project and I was like, holy crap, man. I haven't even freaking finished it. What the heck? I'm gonna do that right now. So I got all my stuff ready and I just started working on it and I finished it. So I was kind of like iffy about it, like, I don't know, man, it doesn't look that great. But all my friends and my family, they're like, oh my god, that looks freaking badass, that looks cool. Yeah, you should be proud of it. And I was like, okay, well, yeah, that really helped my feelings about this. So overall, again, I did actually go look on eBay and Google and saw that other people also make Critter plush and they are freaking skyrocket prices. This one here is a little over 12 inches tall. That's what, 30 centimeters tall. Just so that you guys can see, let me get a ruler. Which I should have had the ruler already. But I didn't think about it. So, yeah. Okay, so here's the ruler. And you can see, just a little over. The ruler has like maybe half a centimeter over the actual measurement there. So yeah, it's about half a centimeter on that side and then another half a centimeter on this side. So altogether, I'm gonna say like maybe 12.5 inches tall, give or take. So yeah, it's really nice. I made it out of, again, the material that you see here. I just made it into like a little pillow, stuffed a lot of stuffing in it, like cotton and stuff. I made the little hands here, as you can see. Also, this material is like a cloth material, so I cut it up and made little fingers for it. This one on this side as well, little thumb, 2 fingers, and his little feet here. So you can turn them around so you can see the back of it. And I was trying to make one like the ones that they actually did make, but they were very expensive. They didn't really make them. Okay, let's put it this way. Gremlins, they had plush, they had, I mean, you could find them in toy stores, KB's, Toys R Us, places like this. The actual I'm gonna say almost movie props of critters that they came out with was in a catalog, Starlog, if I'm not mistaken. I could be. But they were very expensive. They were something like 150 or maybe even $300. I was a kid back then. I didn't have that type of money, and I couldn't just order it, which was really, really sad. But if you find those originals, you're probably gonna pay $5 to $1,000. Okay, so I didn't have the money. I made mine. That's just the way it is. These are marbles right here. The eyes are marbles. This is like foam, flat sheets, flat sheet of foam, and then I started to layer it up like this. That's why you see the little layers here. So anyway, guys, so the first movie came out in 1986. Second movie came out in 1988. Third movie, 1991. Fourth movie, 1992. So I'm gonna say every 2 years, give or take, another sequel came out. Another sequel, until 2019, which was a long, a long, awaiting for another sequel there. But 2019 is it has its own story because if you haven't seen it, you might want to stop right now. But just saying. The third movie and the fourth movie were supposed to be the last of the critter line, the last of the blood. Okay, the last two critters in the entire universe. 2019 came around, and they said, "Hey, let's bring back the critters." So they did, and they had their own now another story, which is like, okay, so which one is it? Did they not know that it was the last one? And if they did not know they were the last two, what kind of government did the universe have? Because it's like, well, maybe, again, you guys got to look at the actual movies. They say that, again, if you kill those last two eggs of the critters, that's the end of it. We forbid you from killing the entire race of the critters. We're sending you a pod. You need to put them in there, and then we'll have them over here. Charlie does that. He gets lost. Another spaceship finds Charlie, and this is in the future. And, all this stuff happens. They kill the last ones, and that's the end of it. But now they're saying, oh, well, actually, 2019, there's actually more. So it's like, wait a minute, what? But anyway, there you go. For the most part, let me get into this. You have the bounty hunters that were chasing the original, they started to chase the original critters. And you had Ugg and you had Lee. Charlie, the one that I'm talking about, he was a drunk. Nobody took him seriously. Everybody was like, what the hell? You're just a drunk. That's all you are. Okay, so for the most part, in Critters Part 3, which I remember very, very, very well, was that at that time, when I was at school and we would have like a pizza party, or we would have like a party where we would just watch movies, and the teachers were, grade papers or whatever the hell the teachers had to do. They asked us what movie we had to bring in to watch. At that time, I believe it was like Titanic just came out. And all the girls in the classroom were like, oh my God, it's, what's his name? Leonardo DiCaprio. Oh my God, and all this stuff. So I said, hey, let's watch Critters 3. And my friends, most of my male friends were like, yeah, man, that's fucking badass. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then some of the girls were like, oh, no, I don't want to watch that, blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, it has Leonardo DiCaprio in it. And they're, oh my God, yes, let's watch it. Bring it. And all this stuff. And it's like, oh my God, really? But yeah, anyway, it was really, really funny. The other thing I wanted to bring up was the original 1986 movie of Critters. The movie poster came out in the 1989, I believe, or 1990 Ninja Turtle movie. So when Raphael goes to the movies and gets out of the movies, you see the movie poster of Critters. And then Raphael says, I can't believe they made this, or something like this. He didn't like the movie. And it was just so funny. I was like, oh my God, check that out. That's freaking badass right there. Heck yeah. So yeah. So anyway, I wanted to show you this also. Here we have Critters 2 from Blockbuster. Okay. So let's see here. Let's see. There we go. You can read this a little bit. Okay, now let me put this down. Let me open this up so you can actually see the VHS tape. And there you go. Now, what I find really funny about this movie, okay, is that this movie is Critters 2. Again, a lot of blood, a lot of violence, killing, death. But that's not all. It has tits in it. It has female breasts in it, okay? And it's still PG-13. Not rated R. Oh no. That was freaking hilarious. When I saw that, I was like, holy crap. Freaking awesome. That's it's a movie. It's again a Critters movie. And you gotta understand as well, there was, it goes both ways, I guess, like the rating system. But either way, somebody didn't rate it the right way. So that's freaking hilarious. Now the other thing is, Critters Attacks, okay? Now before we get into this, we have, this one's here. We have the Critters 2, 3, and 4, which here you can see Leonardo DiCaprio. It's like the star, basically. The star before he was a star, for the most part, right? So, yeah, when I saw this at Walmart, I had to buy it. I bought this DVD set like years and years ago. But recently, again, I picked this one up when this one first came out. Now, what I love about it is this lady right here. She was the mother from the original Critters movie. So that is awesome, okay? That is freaking badass. I'm so happy that they brought her back as the 5th movie. And I hear that there's supposed to be, or there is a TV show on Netflix, I believe, or something like this that shows Critters, which I really want to check that out. I haven't seen it yet. But anyway, so here we have what I think would be really funny in this episode, or this video here. And let me take it out here. Okay, so we open this up. And just like the bounty hunters, the way you see the bounty hunters, so this looks like a knife that the bounty hunters would use in the movie. It's all chrome, all shiny with black. So yeah, kill Krites! Yeah, that's freaking awesome. Alright, so yeah, this is the, I believe it's, which I'll talk about it later on, but just for throwing it in this video, it's a Delta Force. It's like a knockoff of the Microtex OTF. so you can see it's made in China. If it focuses in. There you go. Okay, so anyway, guys, that is my review of Critters. I love them. I freaking love them. And there's one thing that I forgot to mention. So, okay. Again, back in the day, you always had like King Kong versus Godzilla. In the 90s, you had Freddy versus Jason. You had other movies crossing over. Everybody was talking about this. Gremlins versus Critters. Somebody, somebody make that happen. And I'm not saying get a part of a movie from here, get a part of a movie from that, and put it together. No. I'm saying an actual director get, franchises of this one and make a freaking badass Gremlins versus Critters. That would be awesome. That would be freaking badass. Okay, now the other thing is, the last thing I forgot to mention is Critters Attacks was an awesome movie because they kept it real. And I'm talking like they actually used real, what is it, like real puppets, right? They didn't use CGI, which I think would have just messed it up completely. They actually used real puppets like they did in the 80s and the 90s. They did outstanding. A very, very good job. Very happy with that they did that. That they made it that way. So I really hope that when they do make the new Gremlins movie, which they are, I really hope that they go back to making it with puppets versus CGI. I understand, hey, if you want to have some CGI parts in the movie, that's okay. But don't make it all CGI. Like I'm over here talking, my hands here, and this is CGI. And no. There's no reason for it. But anyway, that's my rant. I don't like CGI taking over the film. Have mostly puppets with a little bit of CGI. That's it. But anyway, guys, I hope you all have a happy Easter. If I can talk. Have a happy Easter. So anyway, guys, that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care. Bye, guys. Be careful, they bite. And also, kill Kratz.